There's a really cool item in the new Curiosity box. It's been released by Vsauce and his friends. They're called Curiosity bricks. I did some experiments on these bricks, and I got some really unexpected results. They look just like Lego bricks, but happen to be made out of metal rather than plastic. Specifically, they're made of brass, an alloy of aluminum, an alloy of zinc, and steel. Notice that the creators of the Curiosity box indicate the steel brick has a darker shade than the zinc one. Well, you know I love doing experiments, so that's what I started doing on these bricks. And, well, I noticed some curious results. The brass brick was attracted to a magnet, which didn't make any sense to me. Brass is not known to be magnetic. The aluminum one didn't stick to a magnet, and neither did the steel one, but the zinc one did. Again, a curious result. Zinc's not known to be magnetic. I decided to find the density of each brick, which required a measurement of both mass and volume. I realized each brick could be treated as a rectangular solid because the knobs on the top of each brick fit perfectly into the holes on the bottom. I got out my old school calipers and measured the length and width of each brick at 1.55 centimeters and the height at 0.95 centimeters. Overall, this gave a volume of each brick at 2.28 centimeters cubed. The mass measurements came out as follows. Brass, 19.842 grams. Aluminum, 6.389 grams. Zinc, 18.274 grams. And steel, 15.779 grams. I next calculated the density of each brick and tabulated the values. This column lists the densities I measured, while this column shows the expected density based on the alloy the folks at the Curiosity box say each brick is made of. The brass and the aluminum check out, but there's a pretty big mismatch with the zinc and the steel. But check this out. If the brick with the darker shade is really made of zinc, while the lighter shade brick is made of steel, everything checks out. This also solves the riddle of the magnetic behavior of the lighter brick. Stainless steel can indeed be attracted to magnets, while zinc cannot. To confirm my suspicions, I decided to visit the Lumigen Instrument Center at Wayne State University, where Dr. Cassie Ward could help me with some X-ray experiments. She used an X-ray fluorimeter, which is an instrument that shines X-rays on metal samples. This causes the elements in the metals to give off their own X-rays. Because every element gives off its own characteristic X-ray in this experiment, the X-rays emitted can be analyzed to figure out what elements are in the sample. And sure enough, the X-ray results were consistent with my density experiments. The lighter shaded brick contained elements consistent with those found in steel, while the darker shaded brick contained a lot of zinc. We also found that the brass brick contained over 10 times the expected amount of iron, which might explain why this brick was attracted to a magnet. You know, these Curiosity bricks are a lot of fun. To buy some for yourself, see the link in the video description or check out this QR code.